Welcome to our explainer. In war, is speed everything? I mean, that's the question right at the heart of Sun Tzu's Art of War. But what if the secret to a quick victory is actually a really long, drawn-out process? Today, we are going to unravel a strategic paradox that has shaped history for centuries. Okay, let's dive right in. In his chapter on the operations of war, Sun Tzu is crystal clear. In warfare, what really matters is a swift, decisive victory. He argues that just lingering on the battlefield, that's a recipe for disaster. See, the goal isn't just to fight, it's to win, and to win as quickly as you possibly can. But, history kind of throws a wrench in this idea. If a quick victory is so critical, then how on earth did Mao Zedong win using a strategy of protracted war? And why did Japan's plan for a lightning-fast conquest of China fail so spectacularly, while China's long, grinding war of resistance eventually succeeded? I mean, it seems like a total contradiction. Or is it? Let's dig in. To really get this, we first have to understand exactly why Sun Tzu was so against long wars. And this wasn't just, a personal preference. For him, it was a one-way ticket to national ruin. So Sun Tzu basically saw a long war as this three-headed monster. First, your army just gets worn out, spirits drop, weapons dull, and your soldiers completely lose their edge. Second, your nation goes flat broke paying for the whole thing. And third, and this is a big one, all your rivals see you're weak and they decide it's the absolute perfect time to pounce. For Sun Tzu, a long war wasn't just a bad strategy. It was basically a form of national suicide. Centuries later, the legendary warlord Cao Cao put it even more bluntly. He said, a long war is like a fire. If you don't put it out fast, you don't just get burned, you literally burn yourself to the ground. The longer that fire rages, the more certain your own destruction becomes. And this brings us right back to our central puzzle, which is perfectly illustrated by the Second Sino-Japanese War. Japan's strategy was a textbook quick war. They honestly thought they could conquer China in 3 months. China, on the other hand, was way outmatched, and so they adopted a protracted war strategy. The final result seems to turn Sun Tzu's advice completely on its head. So what in the world is going on here? So how do we solve this thing? Well, the answer isn't about picking a side, quick versus long. It's about seeing how these two ideas, which look like total opposites, are actually deeply connected. They are, in fact, two sides of the very same strategic coin. First off, you've got to remember that strategy is not one size fits all. Sun Tzu was writing for a powerful state, Wu, on how to go out and achieve dominance. His playbook was for the strong guy on offense. Mao, on the other hand, was leading a much weaker nation against a powerful invader. His strategy had to be defensive. He had to trade space for time, wear down the enemy, and slowly build up strength for that final punch. And here is the crucial point. These two ideas are fundamentally linked. It's not a choice between option A or option B. It's a cause and effect relationship. A long, patient period of preparation is the very thing that makes a quick, decisive victory possible. One literally sets the stage for the other. You can almost think of it like a two-step process. Step 1 is protracted preparation. That's the long, patient, grinding work of building your strength, gathering resources, and draining the enemy's power. And all of that enables Step 2, the decisive battle, a short, swift, and victorious fight. Basically, the long game is what makes the short game possible. And hey, this isn't just some abstract theory. Both Sun Tzu and Mao actually did this. Before his final takedown of the state of Chu, Sun Tzu spent 6 years just harassing and weakening them. That was his protracted preparation. And while Mao's grand strategy was a long, drawn-out war, in every single battle, his goal was a fast, decisive win. It's all about long-term strategy, but short-term tactics. This brings us back to Japan's failure. The idea of a quick war wasn't the problem. The problem was that their plan wasn't built on a solid foundation. As a smaller island nation, Japan just didn't have the resources or the strategic depth to win a quick war against a massive country like China. Their ambition simply outran their actual capabilities. And don't for a second think this is all just ancient history. This principle of long preparation enabling quick action is actually more relevant today in the 21st century than it's ever been. I mean, just look at modern wars. The fighting parts themselves are often textbook examples of quick victory. In the 2003 Iraq War, it took U.S. forces only 21 days to reach Baghdad. The Russia-Georgia War in 2008? Over in just a few days. The action on the battlefield is faster than ever. But let's look a little closer. The 1991 Gulf War is the perfect modern example of this. Sure, the combat phase was a quick 42 days, but that was only possible because of a protracted phase of nearly 6 months of painstaking preparation, moving hundreds of thousands of troops, shipping mountains of supplies, building a global coalition, and shaping the battlefield. That quick war was only possible because of the very long preparation. All of this leads us to the ultimate takeaway from this entire analysis, a truth that unites Sun Tzu, Mao, and modern military strategists. So here it is, the crucial takeaway. Modern strategists totally agree with Sun Tzu. The winner of a war is almost always decided long before the first shot is even fired. The battle itself, that's just the final exam, a public test of all the preparation and homework that came before it. And this completely shatters the idea that military readiness is just burning money. It's not. It's the fundamental, essential, long-term investment that gives a nation the power to act quickly and decisively to protect its interests when, and only when, the time comes. And that leaves us with one final, powerful thought. The ultimate goal of preparing for a swift war isn't just to win it. It's to be so strong, so prepared, that you never have to fight it at all. Real strength isn't measured in the battles you win, but in the wars you avoid. It is the power to command peace itself.